Mina Genki desu. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you guys something that I got a while ago, but have been, I guess, too shy or too nervous to actually bring it out and start it. So this is Drawfee's Draw Something Dumb, a Drawfee drawfalong activity book. Those of you who are in the art community probably already know these guys, Jacob, Karina, Julia, and Nathan. The book didn't look like this. It looked a lot nicer. I'll show you a picture right now of how it's supposed to look, and this was me scribbling on top because I was kind of too nervous to open it up and start working on it. But I told myself that, you know, what was the point of dropping the cash on here if I wasn't ever going to use it? So I decided, you know what? Let's use it here. So yeah, these are just a bunch of dumb doodles. If you are unfamiliar with the Drawfee show, I will put a link in the description. You can check out the channel yourself. So let's open her up. I'm breaking the seal here. So here's the activity book. Here are the credits and their phrases here. Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas and make even dumber drawings. But today the tables have turned and you will be making the goofs. Ha, we tricked you. You always give us such great suggestions, so we came up with a few of our own for you. So grab your pens, pencils, or whatever you want and get ready to draw along with us. And here we go. Alright, so we're actually going to go back to the previous page because my plan was basically to test the paper's durability. So the opening page is very similar to a couple of other Wreck This Journal or Draw With Me type of things where it's like, oh, scribble all over the first page. That way it's already ruined and you don't have to worry about, about ruining the page because it's already ruined. So I grabbed my Tombow markers, went back to the front page and decided to color up a nice happy rainbow Nathan. He can be the sun and the rainbow at the same time. It's fine. And the pens that I'm using right now are these outline markers, which are really cool. They're the type where you, as you can see where I'm writing right now, you draw whatever you want to draw and it comes out silver with the color outlined in the back. And I'm just doodling a couple of fun bits here and there. Funny thing about those Tombow markers, I don't really use them as much. I had them when I started trying to bullet journal. Hey, I figured out how to make a lightning bolt, finally. And then I didn't really bullet journal for more than like 3 months. Kudos to anybody who can do that for a long time. I'm trying not to use too many elements because I do want some sort of not form, not focus, not pattern, but I don't want the other page to be especially crazy. I want to be able to work with it after all. And then we're testing out the Posca markers on Jacob here. They work fine, really. They're not too heavy, and once they dried, of course, they had, you know, the hard texture that paper typically gets when you put anything wet on it. But they held up really quite nicely. I've used Posca on like wooden figures and like over stuff that I've painted, but I don't think I've ever used it just like straight up on paper before. They held up surprisingly well. I might use it a lot more for this pack here. Oh, and that was my whole collection of Copic markers. I tried to find like a maroon color. My camera's not working with me, sorry. For Karina, because I believe she said maroon is her favorite color. This is not maroon, but it's as close as I could get with the markers that I had. I think with the Copics, I was a little more careful just because I knew Copic and alcohol markers tend to bleed the heaviest. So I tried not, I don't want to say I held back, but I held back a little bit. I made sure that I didn't put too many layers on there. I originally wanted to put like a whole bunch, kind of like I did with Nathan, where it was like a prism of colors, but ultimately decided not to. And just grabbing my micron pens. I have a whole bunch of those. I have no idea which ones are still working and which ones are not. And I thought, you know what, if I'm going to use liner pens, then it has to be for Julia, or as I'm transforming her into Julia's cool little cousin. I didn't draw her skateboard. Yeah, these all came out. I mean, it doesn't really matter how they came out because I'm really just doodling and coloring, trying to make not a mess, but just as much of a random assortment of lines as I can with as many different mediums as I can, again, to just test everything out. I actually really like the way I doodled Julia's avatar. It's like, it's everything like her and nothing like her at the same time. I don't know what it is. Oh god. Oh, my Jelly Roll markers and the cool manic. This isn't a manic pixie, this is a manic badass. You gotta have like the character with the blue or the colored streak in the hair, right? But that is what we got. Now to see what came upon, and I'm just like checking. As you can see, it held up pretty well. It bled through, but not into the other page as much as I thought. It looks like I'm just trying these other pens that I have. Again, pens that I bought for bullet journaling that I just didn't really get into bullet journaling as much as I thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking because I'm just gonna use the rest of these and then a couple of highlighters to test these papers out, and then we'll get started on the actual prompt. Okay, so our highlighters look good. And what else did we use? We used those types of pens. Which aren't terrible, but not completely what we wanted. So I might just stick with the microns and the lighter colors for now. You do gel pens. Gel pens will work, right? Gel pens are lovely. We're just gonna put one in here. So Karina's glasses, moving over, of course, made for some great creepy little eyeballs. And I thought that with the little swirl, this guy it gave me wizard vibes. But not just any wizard vibes. Double hat wizard. Okay, I know, it's dumb. I don't know what he's summoning here, but it has to be something good. and now we really do just kind of scribble. I am not very good at being chaotic the way other people can be chaotic, but I'm really trying my best here. And I don't know if you can see it as well as I can, but I just saw a little gloopy creature that came out of this mess. I don't know what lines I'm following to have seen this guy, but there he is. And I'm just coloring him in so that I guess so that I can see him better. I guess the lore is our little wizard here summoned this creature. So I had a bit of an idea at this time. It's not really drawing, but I grabbed my glue and my glitter and I turned my friend into a little star creature. And if you think it's a dumb idea, well, okay, that was dumb. Well, I'm definitely going to be picking up star glitter for the next 3,000 years, but it's fine. Whatever, it's fine. So here's our scribble guy. Our wizard created him, I guess. I don't know how. I don't know the lore, but there you go. All I know is weird dual wizard hat guy used magic to create this strange star beast. He doesn't know his purpose. He just knows that life is suffering. Alright, and here it is. Make the mug your own. And this is the type of thing that I'm not very good at. I'm not good at making things my own. You saw what happened prior. It doesn't always fall together for me, but I guess I'll try. Grab a pencil real quick. So for the mug, I really could only think of doing my own face. So here it is, the Genki persona mug. Persona as in, like, who I am, not the game. I decided to go with my Posca markers just to see how well they would hold up if I did, not necessarily multiple layers, but like a bigger use of the medium. And afterwards it actually held out really well. It dried properly as compared to some of my other works where I would use my Poscas and the, I guess if they dry at a different rate, like if one is wetter than the other, then it cracks or something, or that's the reason why a lot of Posca projects end up with cracked paint. You have to go over them a couple of times. Has something to do with the drying process. But on paper, hell, it worked really good. Before doing this, I knew that I was gonna be asked to draw a mug, and I tried to think of so many different ideas that were interesting and or cool or fun, and I really couldn't think of how to like incorporate those ideas. I don't remember any off the top of my head, but I know I had a lot that I wanted it to be really cool, like I've seen in like the Drawfee forums that some people do, and it's amazing what some people can do. And all I could think was my own face, I guess. So again, I didn't really want this to just be the mug face. I had to do something to make it, oh yeah, something is wrong with like my white Posca, but it's fine, whatever. So I tried to make like a galaxy background for my cup using my Crayola colored pencils because I knew those wouldn't bleed, and to be honest, for me, Crayola is very much a trusted it's very much a trusted medium. I know a lot of people really go for what is it? Not rose art. I don't know why that company came into my head. Prisma colored pencils. I know those are like the good ones, the professional ones, but I mean, if you can't afford them, Crayola is always there. You can find them anywhere, and they're cheap at what? I bought that box for like $12 maybe at Target. I don't know. So they don't really have a very good blending ability, or if it's not that the Crayolas don't, it's that I don't know how to blend colored pencils all that well without like pushing really hard and using smear techniques. So this is just a gentle, because my hand was already getting tired. These are just like gentle scribbles to kind of create that galaxy illusion effect, and I'm trying to use the same colors, but I may have misplaced one or two or grabbed a substitute here or there. Alright, using my good Posca, my good white Posca, I'm just adding the highlights, the final touches, and I should be getting some stars in there in a second. Yep, there I go. I trusted that the colored pencils would act as a bit of a barrier for certain bleeds, which is why later on you'll see me use that like scribble marker that has the silver in it. Okay, I think that about does it. So there it is. The Genki mug in a very happy galaxy. I think that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Oops, this page didn't completely dry. But here it is. Here's our mug. Here's Scribble, our little guy, and our weird wizard that we created. And then just here's some very fun colors of the Drawfee team. Again, if y'all want to check out who these guys are, because you don't know, I'll leave a link to their channel below. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Remember, you are loved, you are appreciated, and I'm so happy that you're here joining me on a fun new art adventure. Till next time, my dudes. Matanyang!